Is it on? I got hit twice because of it. Check again, check again. Because on my end it says it is online. Very nice. Oh, finally. We're back in business. I lost 1/4 of HP because of this. And made this fight last way longer. Definitely not stressing me out a little bit. Of course, another outbreak, because why not? I'm gonna start it now. Instead of battling. Go on YouTube if you need to. I think I didn't play an ad. Oh yeah, because I'm on the... Yeah, that makes sense. Oh well, whenever you guys disappear, you will be gone. I can't do anything about it. By the way, I remember doing this sort of challenge even when I was just on the DS save still. And yes, it took me a long ass time, and I didn't like this. So yeah. Also, don't tell me I don't care about you guys seeing the bullshit I'm doing, by the way. I had to multitask while fighting this guy just to fix the stream. I'm a man of many painful ends, probably. All okay. You like to do this point blank. I see. That's one hit. No. I feel like the fan is not helping at all. I'm melting so hard. Danny, tell me, how hard is it to implement a model in this game through the MelonMix? Talk to us about what it's like to work with Vitor and all the other people. Exclusive interview here on the Zodiac TV Twitch channel while going through pain and suffering. Ah, okay. Time for an elixir. We're back on this. That's scary. So I'm not gonna get close. 3 health bars remaining. Technically it could be very easy. Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna be like pain and don't ask me for shit or something like that. This is so nice, and we had a lot of fun moments while doing our stuff. That's nice. That's good to hear, actually, because I genuinely thought it was gonna be way harder to mod the game. Because Because actually changing the assets and stuff. Outbreak finishing. Oh god. Ooh, that was close. That was very close. Dumb. Oh god, I'm dealing like close to no damage at times. See, when we started doing this, I was like, it's not gonna take that long. Now I'm so eager to finish this. I might do a lot of mistakes, very bad mistakes, because I'm eager to finish it. And that is the trap long challenges like this do to you. Ooh. Oh my god, stop this. Stop using one of your 4 attacks. Please. Because yeah, this guy only has 4 attacks, if you think about it. The big shockwave here, the bombardment, the spin on the spot, and the dash forward. Those are literally the only attacks this guy has. And now he's spamming the only 2 that are actually a problem. Dangerous spot. Is there no reason for why this guy is so strong, by the way? He's just a wyvern, but he's so beefy. This is gonna be... okay. Okay, I thought it was gonna be a mistake, but actually not that bad. Okay. One health bar and a half. 1 health bar and 2/3. We'll use fire, which is not bad. I keep confusing the Nintendo buttons with the Xbox ones. Call me dumb. Or maybe they are dumb for doing this. Because I don't know why Nintendo inverted the X and Y axes on their controller. Don't jump. I know that's the only thing you do, but still. Oh, nice, thank you. Thank you for providing me with free damage. The dash forward is the best attack it can do. It's just free. Not close enough, unfortunately. Oh, I made a mistake. Huge mistake. Oh, Blazing Gem. Thank you. Devastatus on me. Okay. Very nice. Not where I want to be. But if it's close to a wall, maybe I can do it, actually. I can use Thunder. That might deal some decent damage. Not insane damage, decent damage. Like now, it's not bad. It does barely anything. Look at that. That's a thunder from the tail to the head. It does little damage whatsoever, like the smallest amount of damage. Ow! That's the first Cura of this elixir. 1 health bar remaining. We're almost there. Yeah, I'm entirely out of... No! I tried something. I was like, maybe they don't go through here. I avoided. I literally dodged a bullet there. Because that would have been my death. Okay, this is great. Double crit. Ow. I confirm you don't beat Code Veronica yet. The part where I am is kind of boring. Yeah. I mean, I read about it online that it was kind of meh. Like, I think it goes on for way too long, and that's the main complaint. Come on, Dust Filter. We're almost there. You can speedrun a lot of games in the time it took me to beat this guy. I think we're close to like 40 minutes at this point, maybe more. And again, it could be worse. It could be way worse. No crits. But look at that damage. We're almost there. We're almost there. I can't believe it. No lucky crit. One more combo though. It's over. Not yet, apparently. Patience wins. Whew. Okay, we got him. It exploded, yeah. There is no cutscene, there is just him just dying normally. It's very funny. It does give like a lot of hearts though. Like a huge amount of hearts. So I wouldn't say it's worth it. But at least it gives you something. Plus premium orb, which is okay. Whew. Man, I'm melting. Okay. We got that out of the way. I need to stand up. I definitely need to stand up, so I'm gonna save for now. Oof. Okay. I'm gonna take a small break, take some fresh air, and I'll be back. We're gonna do something particular before we end the stream. I know we're kinda like short on length, but I think it's still fine. There isn't much else to do because I've done most of it. But I want to do something that is kind of fun, in my opinion. That could be fun. And maybe you guys can also enjoy it while we're at it. So, be right back in 5 to 10 minutes. I am back. Hope you guys took a little break as well. I'm currently melting for how hot it is. I decided to take my shirt off. Ladies. I'm currently topless. Men. There was a break. I did take a break. Because I was melting and also I needed to lift my butt from the chair since that battle took me like 40 minutes to beat. And it could have been worse even. So I'm glad I did what I did. I don't want to do it again soon. With that being said, I want to do something that is pretty much a reference to a streamer or content creator that I really enjoy watching. You naked? Oh, now there is children around. Well, children, they've been naked once. Not around me, luckily for me. And for them, of course, as well. And that is Rate the Super. Rate the Super is typical of Maximilian Dude's type of content, where he will take supers from a roster of characters, like Street Fighter, Tekken, what else? Marvel vs. Capcom, and he will then rate all of them in a row to give them votes between like from 1 to 10 and all that, you know. I kind of want to do the same with Kingdom Hearts Days, just for fun, for the sake of why not. Alisa Boskonovic MVP. Fair, fair. Do you play Tekken, Danny? Well, but we punch each other at times. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. So I kind of want to do the same, but with this game. I do play since Tekken 4. Good. I've been playing since Tekken 2. Do you own Tekken 8 on PC? Because we might just punch each other one of these nights. Small shadow back then. So I organized a video that is currently not listed. Here. That's good enough. So let me mute this. Tell me you can hear the audio of the browser. You should be able to. Okay, you should be able to, yeah. It's maxed. It's very low on volume. So we should be fine. I recorded this morning and uploaded this video as not listed. I may list it in case people are interested, but I think it's not really needed. There are plenty more of these videos, even though not all of them have been on MelonMix. Actually, I think there is none that's been uploaded while playing on MelonMix. So, this is even exclusive extra footage, so to speak. And we're going to go through the entirety of all the limits. And then we're going to read all of them. So, let's start. Rate the limit. Xemnas. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, I don't know how much damage it does, since this enemy is very annoying. But it does a little bit of damage. Even just as a ball. I don't know how to rate this, honestly. I feel like with Xemnas has a lot of potential in general, considering we know what he can do in Kingdom Hearts 2. But here he just does ball and then big beam. It's not bad. I think I'm gonna give it a 5. There is so much potential, this is not enough in my opinion. Could be better. I think 5 is fine. 5 is ideal. Okay, we got Zigbar. Okay, it goes in third person shooter mode, which is very cool. Does decent damage. Big AoE explosions as well. They go kinda far as well. I think this one is fine. Zigbar ass. I think this one is fine. I think it could be maybe would have been better if it was similar to the barrage it does in Cage 2, but I think this one makes it a little bit more original and probably even more fun creative-wise. I also think it's not great because of I don't know, I think it's a bit too static. But I still think it's just more creative and fun to use than Xemnas's. So I think I'm gonna rate this a 7. It's fun, creative, does a lot of damage, keeps you away from danger, especially multiplayer. I think it's fine. 7 is fine. Of course, Zaldin. Big AoE around him, that's a lot of damage. Okay, he can jump around, apparently. Has a ball of damage around him. Kind of like Aero, but using the spears, which is kind of cool. And he does a shitload of damage with every hit. This is great for... The only thing it's kind of lacking is movement. But since he doesn't need to be stationary to use it, and also has that aura around him, I think this one might be one of the best limits in the entirety of the game. And I'm inclined to give it a 9 out of 10. I think as damage around him, it protects him. And a lot of characters are weak or like vulnerable whenever they do the limits. So I think having an area around him that will actually help him and defend him, it's great. It's a callback to Kingdom Hearts 2. And even the last plunging attack it does at the end is also a reference to Cage 2. And it does a huge amount of AoE damage all around them. I think this is a solid 9. It's cool looking. It's very useful. It has defensive capabilities. I think this is one of the best ultimates in the game. Well, limits in the game. Vexen. Okay, lot of ice damage. Big icicle at the end. Yeah, I don't think it's bad, but I also don't think it's great. I think it's fine for what it is. Probably a bit weak though. Yeah, I think it's weak. It's not creative. It's kind of boring. I give it a 3. It just creates icicle, 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 and then big icicle. Yeah, 3. It's bad. Silexius. I was confused when I was recording this, by the way, because I didn't realize... I think this is the first time I realized how Lexius' limit actually works. I thought it was just this, but then I realized, after I ran out of time, it's like, wait, maybe I need to hold? And that was the answer. It creates big rock. Like, it does stronger spin in phase 1, which is okay. But then it does huge monolith kind of thing, smacking the enemies with. And I feel like this is wasted potential. Like, Lexaeus himself doesn't do anything similar to this in, I think, all of his normal combos. But he does lift the entirety of the floor whenever you play against him in Kingdom Hearts 2. So, I think this is another example of wasted potential, just like Xemnas. This is, in my opinion, is boring to use. It's a nice hit at the end in the second phase of the limit. But there could be so much more that will make you feel even more powerful. I don't even need to think too much about it to imagine something cooler. So I think this is just wasted potential. And it goes down to like probably a 3, just like Vexen. Because it's kind of bad. It's not great. I don't even see it good for crowd controlling or anything. You have to be stationary, you have to channel it. It's not satisfaction. It doesn't give any satisfaction. It's just a bit meh, in my opinion. Zexion. Big dark bombardment. Bigger bombardment. It didn't hit the enemy once. Now it did hit. It did hit for a lot of damage. Look at that. Okay, I'm doing it again. Turn the other way though. Whenever it hits a lot. But there can be moments where it just doesn't want to hit. And that is the main issue with this. I feel like this has the potential to be one of the strongest spells in the game, but since it doesn't target the enemies close to you, it falls extremely short and kinda loses the purpose. I'm inclined to say this is like a 4. It's cool looking, it's great for huge amount of enemies and big enemies, but you will never be able to hit specific targets like Solid Armor or any of the anti-bosses. Or Shion even. Maybe Shion is kind of big, so he probably could be useful in the last phase specifically. But let's say it's okay at best. I think it's okay at best. And we got Saïx. I'm gonna move Zexion's at 5. I think I said 4 earlier. I'm gonna move it at 5 just because it has actually a lot of damage. A huge amount of damage. If it hits hard, but it's very likely it won't hit. Now Saïx. The lawn mower, whatever. AoE, a lot of movement, a lot of damage itself. Look at this. This is great, because Saïx is a physical fighter. And then this is him hitting a weak spot of an enemy with the limit break. This spell, this move has mobility, damage, AoE, and pretty much makes you safe for if you know how to control it. Because this thing can be controlled and it's not that hard to use. I think this one is potentially a 10 out of 10. I think Saïx's limit is the strongest limit in the entirety of the game. It's a bit situational, again, because this damage is done to the weak spot of the enemy. But the whole thing is that he has everything every other character wishes it had. So I think it's fair to give it a 10 out of 10. One of the best ultimates in the game. Axel against the Orcus. Okay. Ranged AoE explosions. Decent damage. This is mission mode, by the way. This is a decent amount of AoE damage. And it's kind of cool as well to use. The last explosion is very big and does a lot of damage. But it kind of ends there. It's not really cool or anything. It's not creative. One thing they could have done would have been like phase 2, he runs around creating pillars of fire like he does in KH1, in KH2. That would have been nice. But it's kind of limited here. Has range, so keeps you safe. Has a lot of damage, especially against fire fire vulnerable enemies. I think this potentially is a 6. It's a bit boring though, but the style of Axel compared to the style of Vexen, they are very similar. Is that Axel has like a bigger AoE damage and range compared to Vexen, which is fine. Okay, we got Demix. Okay, Dance Water Dance. And I figured out this one is a rhythm-based ultimate. You need to go with the rhythm, otherwise you are not able to really perform perfectly with this limit. And the better you play, the stronger the spell gets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then explosion. This is a ultimate that rewards skill a lot. Look at that damage. This, also mechanically, I think it's on par with Zigbar. I think this is like a 7. It's cool, has its own gimmick that is fun to use. Has a lot of damage if performed correctly. It doesn't make you stationary like you need to with Lexius, for example. I think this is a fair ultimate. I think this is a 7. 7 out of 10. It's fun. It's fun. It's good. Does damage if performed correctly. Luxord. Luxord has a gimmick with the cards. This is the first one. I did a mistake here. But then the pink concerto got that damage so far. So it still has like 4 full health bars. And this is what happens in the limit in second phase. 1 shot. This is a gimmick that makes him stay way too stationary, unfortunately. I think he's kind of protected when he does this. But the damage it does... Albeit these guys are weak to magic damage. And this is probably magic damage in general. But the amount of damage you pull off with this is sick because it's risk and reward, which is perfectly fitting for Luxord. And you do so much damage with the entirety of this special. So I think it's worth something like 7 as well. I think it fits with the character. It's fun to use because you can also learn the gimmick because the reroll of the icons on the cards is always the same. So you can memorize the icons and stuff and it should be fine. Plus it does a huge amount of damage. I think used as a off character, this does bonkers damage. Like as optional, like secondary character in a team. Marluxia. Channel, I think. And then you can release it to deal a fairly high amount of damage. I couldn't land it here though, because the guy was flying around. Look at that. It was so high up, it actually still got damaged. Phase 2 teleports on the enemy and attacks. And does huge AoE damage. That is a huge area, which makes him great for Ords. Super fun to use as well. But unfortunately I kinda missed a lot of times there. I think for the amount of damage you do and the channeling you take, plus how cool it is, I still think it's like a 6. He literally just wings the sight around them a couple of times. It's okay. It's okay compared to the others. It's not as creative. It could have been a little bit more, in my opinion. But it's not bad. It does a lot of damage, has utility against hordes. It's just that it just has too much commitment. Like, if you do it at the wrong time, you're done. You're done. Unfortunately. Okay, we got Laxine. Very quick flurry of attacks that does decent damage. And then, Pikachu mode. Like, the normal combo does normal damage, but when she decides to use Thunder, like, she bolts forward. When she decides to bolt forward, she does an insane amount of damage. And has a lot of range and mobility. I think this, if it wasn't as weak like the first part, which I think is used mostly for just stun locking enemies, small enemies, this could potentially be like a 9 for how cool this is. I think it kind of falls down to a 7 because it lacks damage on the first part of the ultimate. Like, you would never use her limit unless you have the second part of the limit in the panels installed. It's kind of a sad thing, but it's still very cool. Okay, we have Xion. Xion has the same ultimate as Roxas because they share the same moveset. We've seen this multiple times. This one has mobility, has a lot of damage, doesn't require too much commitment, and does a lot of hits. And the last part of the limit also has these projectiles that go around and may damage enemies if they hit. I still think it's not great. It's cool to see for the few times. Then it kind of falls short compared to what the others can do. So I think this one might go in the 7 category as well. It doesn't require too much commitment, has the potential to do a lot of damage, and it's fun. But I think it's just 7. It's just 7. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, we got hooded Roxas, or like dual wielding Roxas. Beams. Kinda missed all around him. This one does a shitload of damage, but has the big issue. It has close to no range. With hordes of enemies, this is the same problem that Zexion has. I think this is on par with Zexion, but it's just a little bit cooler. So I think this is just, could be like a 6. It's not great. It's okay. And does a lot of damage. But, see, I used the entirety of the limit here, and I didn't hit him once, because it was barely out of range. So I think this goes into the 6 category. If I'm not looking at the enemy, I can't hit him. This is 6. Has the same issues as Zexion's. Unfortunately, because it's very cool. Using the Roxas is amazing, super fun. The limit is less useful than the other one, but it does a lot more damage. So it kinda compensates, but it's still like 6. It's not... It's okay. Could be great, it's okay. Okay, Riku. Okay, dashes forward, does a lot of damage, hits multiple times, and then has a flurry of attacks at the end, on the second phase. I feel like this is great for pushing enemies in the corners, and then finish them with a combo. This one, I think, is also a 10 out of 10. Has a lot of movement, has a lot of damage, and... It kinda if controlled correctly, you can just move the enemy whenever you want them to be, to finish them accordingly with the final hits. It does a shitload amount of damage. This is probably one of the best limits in the game. So I think this is also, along with Sykes, 10 out of 10. Great ultimate. You got Donald? Donald in this game uses Fantasia at the end. And it does a decent amount of magic damage at enemies around him. But I don't think it's great. For a very simple reason. I need to sneeze. Okay. I don't think it's great because... Oh my god, my voice. I don't think it's great because it lacks range. You need to be super close to every single enemy as a caster to properly deal damage. Actually exposing him. And I even think the particles are not that fun. I think this is a 4. He is stationary, has to channel it pretty much, and deal damage to enemies around him, which as a caster it should be in the back, staying away from the enemies. Thank you for the bless you. So yeah, I think this is just a 4. Donald's kinda suck. It's not great. See, I lost all my HP here. Because I had to be close to the enemy. This is bad. Very bad. 4. Could have been better. Goofy has the same issue as Lexaeus. He needs to charge it, and then has to charge, and then he charges the opponents. And he does a lot of damage when he hits. And the final charged version sends him flying so far away as well. I think this one is also okay. I would place it in 6 because after the channeling, he actually just has a lot of movement. So he can actually also use it to just run away if the player sees is in danger. He can just charge it and bolt away while they are committing to the attack. So they can save themselves. I think it's fun. I think it's a fun... It has potential to be a lot of fun. So I would put this at probably 6. It's an okay gimmick. It's fun. It does decent damage. It can save you in case you need to. But it doesn't have like AoE. It doesn't have anything. It could have been Pippo Tornado spinning around, just dealing a shitload of damage. While also being like with decent movement. And then we got like Rocket Pippo, whatever that is. Pippo. Goofy. Pippo is Goofy in Italian. Now you know. Rocket Goofy. Now you know. I think it's fine. I think it's okay. I think 6 is fine. Then we got Mickey. We've seen it earlier while we were playing the game. Mickey has the same issue as Lexaeus. But he has less... He has more... like quicker attacks at least. He can charge 1 beam to deal damage. Deal a lot of damage. And then he can charge a huge AoE to deal even more damage in a bigger area in second phase. And I think this is not bad because the channeling doesn't take too long. And after he casts it, he can just run away already. Well, Lexaeus has more commitment to it. So I think this one is also like a 6. It's good enough. And it's fun to use even because Mickey is way quicker. So it kinda, the gimmick kinda counters his own playstyle. But if used correctly, he's like a glass cannon. He can work as a glass cannon and deal so much damage. So I think 6 is fine. 6 is also fine. And then we have, according to myself, the worst limit in the entire game. Could have been sliding dash, but we got Ragnarok. But not a good version of Ragnarok. You need to release it at the right time, kind of like in KH1, which is okay. It's kind of hard to make it work properly. It can do a lot of damage on singular targets, but the last hit is a huge projectile that goes forward instead of being a lot of projectiles going homing around. I missed my projectile here a couple of times because the enemies were flying. Maybe it's my fault, but I think this is literally the worst ultimate in the entirety of the game. Projectiles don't do much damage. The final hit of the second part of the limit is kind of lackluster because it does hit from far away, but it doesn't do much damage either. And it's just inferior to so many other alternatives that make me sorry, that make me want to place it at literally 2 out of 10. It's cool that it's a reference. It's cool that it's kind of different from the reference, but it is lackluster, and most importantly, it's weak. So I think Sora gets the lowest ranking in the entirety of the game. Looking back at all the characters we've gone through, I think Saïx had the best, like literally even better than Riku, has the best ultimate in the entirety of the game. Like Saïx is literally one of the beefiest characters in the game, with the highest critical rate and crit bonus and high strength, along with decent attack speed. If you build a full physical build and you do your limit with either Saïx or Riku, you're almost guaranteed you're gonna melt whatever stands in your way. Like, you're gonna destroy everything you have in your face for how much damage you do. I think Xemnas also can deal a lot of damage, but it has not the mobility that the other two have. It has not the creativity of Xigbar, for example. It has not the defense capabilities of Xaldin, and Xaldin also can do a lot of physical damage. And even Laxine also was pretty good. I'm sorry that Sora's is the worst one in the game, along with Donald's and Vexen's. I mean, I don't really care about Vexen, but I do care about Sora and Donald. And unfortunately, those were just the worst ultimates in the entirety of the game. I think, especially for Donald, having a magic cast, like being a magic caster, but being forced to be close to the enemies in order to deal damage, along with Vexen as the same issue, kinda kills the purpose of being a caster. So it doesn't really work. Like, Xigbar has a better cast, has a better position as a caster than these two weaklings, so to speak. So that is kind of unfortunate. Some were very good with potential, like Zixion and Roxas in hooded form. Those were very cool and had potential to be some of the strongest spells in the game, but it really depends on the enemy you're facing, and that makes it very situational, along with Axel and Vexen's ultimate, which are elemental. So I think overall, the game has very good ultimates in general. that work well in different situations, that makes every character like shine in different missions and all that, which is like a good idea, because you know you can vary depending on the objective. You can vary your setup. But some of the characters really dropped the ball with, like, developers kind of ignored the fun fact with some of these and kind of ruined the potential the character has if compared to other characters. Lexius is kind of ruined. I think even like Donald is kind of ruined. Sora is kind of ruined. I dare say Xemnas could have been even better, but it kind of lacks there as well. And I don't know why. I don't know why. We have creative things like Zigbar and Demix and Luxord, but then we don't have anything for some of these that could have been way better. And it's a huge shame, in my opinion. It's a huge, huge shame. And that's why we need a remake, Square Enix. Remake this game. Millions have been asking for a remake. Remake this game, Square. Please remake this game. Okay. That being said, the bit is done. So I recorded everything I had to record for this. I think it's fine. And I'm actually out of things to do. I'm out of things to do. I have done whatever I wanted to do. We beaten the big boss. We have killed we have shown the extra characters that I haven't shown yet. We went through, I think, almost all the remaining of the characters reports. I think we're done. We're only lacking one thing to show on stream, but that will have to wait for next week. Because, hello Paolo, because we need another player to play multiplayer. And I already organized with someone that really wanted to play the game in multiplayer and wished to play the game in multiplayer in some way. And now we have him. So we will play together next week through Parsec, so you guys know how we're doing it. With that being said, I'm sorry, Paolo, you got at the end of the stream, but we had our fair amount of stuff that we had to go through, so I need to end it here. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for hanging out. I want to thank Anarchy for the resub 2 hours ago. I really, really, really appreciate it. Another one? What do you mean? Another stream? Oh no. No. It's you, Danny. It's you, Danny. It's you. Don't worry, it's you. Roland wanted to also play probably. We could. You guys want to organize a 3-team session? We could do that. It's gonna be quite problematic, I think, but we can manage if you guys want. I think my PC can handle it. It depends on Roland and Merlin. We can try to organize a 4-team expedition. Depends on Roland and Merlin. I know Roland and Merlin don't really enjoy this game as much as I do, so maybe. We'll see. Oh no, I got his knees. Fucking hell. Thank you. I'm so sorry. I never said anything like that. Language, no. For as much, how much I hate summer, this is all justified. I absolutely tell you this is justified. I never said anything like that. I mean, depends. Do you want? Do you fancy trying to play the multiplayer of this game? Yes or no? Everything is fine. Depends on you. But yeah, we can try to organize a bigger expedition if you guys want next week. But that means we're gonna need to meet each other way earlier so we can set up Parsec and all the emulator stuff. So, yeah. I need to go because I need to eat, and I have like another stream in probably Saturday an hour. Today, next week. Wednesday next week, 3 p.m. is the stream. I'd say we meet at least an hour before that. Just to make sure we have everything ready and we can set up everything. Last time it took us 2 hours to set it up. Maybe this time it's gonna take less time. Hopefully. 24th? Yeah. Yeah. And in these days I'm gonna continue working on stuff. I'm gonna edit the Raid the Super I did now. For YouTube. Just for fun. I'm gonna start probably editing on Channel Memories, since I need to do that deep dive series as well, while I write stuff for a video. So it's gonna take some time before. I've been working on a lot of things, and it's kind of melting my time and energy, especially with this heat. But I gotta do that. I gotta do that. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun to work on this. I enjoy it. Channel speak of gaming. Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, with that being said, again, thank you to everyone who decided to stop by. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you to Aniki for the resub, as I said earlier. Thank you to everyone who decided to stop by. Merlin, Danny, Paolo, all the people from the YouTubes, Rollin, Una, Wells, Pro, Nightfall. All you guys are amazing, as per usual. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day, night, whatever time you're in. See you next week for some co-op gaming. And have a wonderful rest of the day, night, whatever time you're in. I'll see you all very soon. I'm also sorry for the scuff today. It was kind of meh for some reason. But we managed anyway. Bye. Bye-bye.